Today I've got Jen in my kitchen. Welcome, Jen.
Thank you. Lovely to be here.
Oh, thank you very much for coming in and chatting to us. So Jen's a social worker, and she also runs her own social enterprise. It's called Fourth Space, and Jen's going to tell us all about that and how it came about. And we're also going to have a nice cup of tea.
Sounds good.
So welcome and thanks, and I'll sort of like pour our cup of tea and give us a little bit of milk.
Sounds good. Thank you. Love a good tea.
Yeah, nothing like a cup of tea and a chat.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you. Smells delicious.
Bushels. With a touch of chai.
Oh, thanks. I have to ask you where you get your chai from later on.
Byron Bay.
Oh, of course.
Yes, they actually, you just order it and they post it out to you. It's really easy.
Oh, okay. To get that from you later.
Yes, it's really yummy. All right, well, so Jen's got a background as a social worker. So
Yes.
Tell us a little bit, Jen, about how you came to set up Fourth Space.
Yes, absolutely.
And what it is, all that, what it does, and all that sort of thing.
All that jazz.
Yeah.
All the intricacies. Well, look, I can honestly tell you, I never started out planning on opening a business. It was not on my agenda. I didn't see it coming, but I'm really glad that I'm here. Life takes some funny twists and turns. So as a social worker, I worked in a women's supported accommodation venue where I kind of fell in love with that kind of work, working with women in homelessness and seeing a lot of the issues and their experiences, and seeing that many of those needs weren't being met in a mental health way. And that was just the nature of the system that I could observe. It wasn't any fault of the organisation I was in or any others that were like that at all. It was just when you're in crisis accommodation, there's so much going on. The staff that are there, their core business is to secure housing.
Yeah.
So
That's a good point.
Yeah, and crises would happen on site. People, would do their best to respond and certainly, meet those needs in an acute crisis way. But there wasn't anything in a regular, preventative or ongoing way about mental health support in a therapeutic sense. It's kind of pre-crisis before it reaches that boiling point.
Before it gets much harder to
Yeah.
solve.
Yeah, before, the need for calling out ambulances to take you to the hospital, for example.
Okay.
So this was kind of sitting in me and with me for a little while. I went away from that workplace, got myself kind of skilled up and accredited as a mental health social worker, which is what you need to do to practice privately. And I just contacted my old friends at this place and said, hey, I'm now accredited. You know me. I know you. I know some of the issues that women are experiencing here on this site. What do you reckon if I come and offer some counselling one day a week here? And so that's literally how it began.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So I would come on site as it's called a visiting service provider. So completely separate to the organisation, but one day a week I'd come on site, offer counselling to eligible women and interested women who wanted that service. And steadily we built some strategies for them, and they had a safe space to explore some of the worries and troubles and complexities that they were facing. And hopefully, we were able to package up a body of work, if you like, to upskill and equip them so that when they did get the housing at their next kind of step in the journey, they felt a bit more stable within themselves, better able to cope with difficulties, better able to communicate and express and manage distress as well. So, and then with the end game being sustaining those tendencies rather than bounce back into a cycle of homelessness. So that's really where it began, and that's the core principle of why it's so important. We know that in crisis accommodation, 81,000 people have mental health issues that aren't getting their needs fully met.
81,000 in Australia.
Yes, in crisis accommodation.
In Australia, in crisis accommodation.
Yes, yeah.
Well, it's quite high, isn't it?
It's significant in those in that stage. There's obviously different levels of homelessness, street homelessness, couch surfing, and social and community housing tiers. But in this particular tier, there's quite a lot of mental health issues that are going unmet. So yeah, that's where Fourth Space has come in. I was just little old me doing that, and I loved it. But I thought, why not think bigger? Why not ask more people to help me? Yeah. Why not expand? Because the need is so big, I can't possibly
can't service it yourself, can you?
Yeah, that's right. So one of the key next steps was trying to find other people like myself who had a spare half a day or an evening, a week or a fortnight, who believed in it as much as I do, saw the purpose of it, and the values were shared around why this is important, and approached them and asked them to join me. And so I did that last year, and I slowly approached another crisis accommodation and said, hey, what about having us on your site so that your staff can focus on their core business of housing, and we can cover that mental health bit and kind of work in collaboration. And so now I am shared with, our team has 2 other specialists and myself.
Oh, all right.
Small, but
growing still.
Integral, yes. And we work with NGOs who are in the sector. We partner with them and we come onto their sites where people already feel...
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they live there, so they already feel safe, familiar. They don't have to go anywhere.
They don't have to go too far.
Don't have to go too far. You can come down however you are. You don't have to worry about navigating other systems. So we try and make things as easy for people as possible so that they can access us. So we work with 4 NGOs in Brisbane at the moment doing this to really interject into that that transitional period for people.
Oh, that's really interesting. But I'd imagine that you'd also have quite a close relationship with other social enterprises as well.
Absolutely.
You know, like Sunny Street.
Yes.
And there was another one you were talking about, Green Fox.
Green Fox, yes, absolutely. So there's a few. Orange Sky plays in this space as well. They're quite well known in Australia. A couple of guys started that a few years ago. They're into that street homelessness tier. Sunny Street are good friends of mine as well, and they also play in street homelessness in terms of providing medical support. And so, again, it's that unmet need of the homelessness sector, from things like laundry to medical services to mental health.
Flu vaccinations.
Absolutely. Green Fox is another up-and-coming social enterprise working with people who are incarcerated in prison at the moment and upskilling them in terms of design. That's their bag, design and creativity.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and so that they're able to be employed, gain employment post-release. And again,
how important is that?
Well, we know absolutely that people can jump back into that cycle post-release without the proper structures and supports as well. So that's, again, breaking that cycle of recidivism and return as well. So, I'll be working closely with those guys in this space to, again, we're all bridging some part of that gap.
That complex world.
All interwoven, absolutely.
No, I think that's been really interesting. So Fourth Space, is there sort of anything sort of coming to the end of the episode? Was there anything that you'd just like to add about Fourth Space? We can put the link to the website, so www.fourthspace.com.au.
That's the one.
If you'd like some more information.
Absolutely, come and check us out. There's a little something for everyone, really. Whether you are a worker, a practitioner who has heard this and feels, I'm really drawn to that, there's definitely room to welcome you into our team. If you're an NGO and you'd like to have our services in your site, contact us. If you'd like to volunteer and just kind of help promote us a bit further, if you've got a skill set that's specific to offer, like marketing or or whatever that skill set is of yours, come in and have a conversation. We're really open to sharing this space and growing this space as much as possible. But the key thing is having shared values about why this is important. So we're very strong on that. So come and have a look, come and check us out. We'd like to support as many people as possible in this space so that people can help break those cycles that are quite entrenched sometimes. Yeah.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's very interesting.
Thanks.
And, well, thanks everyone for watching. And that's it for today. But we look forward to seeing you watching lots of other episodes. So thanks very much, Jen.
Pleasure. See you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.